1. Ability to defend yourself in a dangerous situation. Even someone who is physically challenged should learn how to react when confronted by an assailant. You don't necessarily have to be a Krav Maga expert or a 5th-degree black belt in the martial arts, but you should have some training in self-defense. It could literally save your life one day. 2. Cooking. Cooking isn't a job as most people think. Neither is it too hard a skill to acquire. All you need is a few lessons in the basics, knowledge of the important spices, condiments, and seasonings used, and a good sense of taste and smell. I have seen people surviving only on restaurant food or fast food when their spouse is away or if their maid is on leave. All they need is to learn how to cook a few basic meals. Some people complain it is time-consuming. It is not. Like any other acquired skill, it will take you longer to make a meal in the beginning, but as you practice more, you can streamline the process and make it more efficient. When I started out, it would take me anywhere between 1 to 1.5 hours to make a simple meal. Now it takes me less than 20 minutes. 3. Money management. Everything we do is to earn more money. However, with the same amount of money, you can save more and get higher returns if you are judicious. Know about good and safe investments. Do not get a credit card. Learn about the basics of investing in the stock market, the basic tax laws, and how you can effectively minimize your tax liability by a mix of investments. Planning your budget and tracking your income and expenses. 4. Ability to strike up interesting conversations. Conversation making is probably the most underrated skill. People spend a lot of time traveling or waiting. Why not utilize it to talk to the guy, girl next to you? Do it, they won't bite. What do you get out of it? An interesting acquaintance for life. Stories and insights from a stranger. 30 minutes well spent. A good laugh maybe. Business connections. As a shy person, I always found it difficult. But one day I decided I would take the plunge and see what happens. That day, I had one of the most interesting conversations with a stranger during the train journey. The other person had tales of his youth to tell, a few heart-wrenching personal accounts, and some wonderful life advice. 5. Basic survival training. Imagine you are in an accident or a crash. Your chances of survival will solely depend on how well you can analyze the situation and use everything at your disposal to help you live and get out. What you should know. Knowledge of plants and animals. Edible, poisonous. Knowledge of the major ecological spheres, forests, oceans, deserts, snowy mountains. How to conserve water. How to build a shelter. How to build some basic weapons. A good signaling mechanism. How to avoid predators. 6. A secondary marketable skill. What if you were an investment banker and suddenly found yourself without a job after the 2007 crisis? Always have a backup. What else can you do except for trading and valuations? Can you code? Can you design something? Can you write? Can you work as a salesperson? You should always have a secondary skill you can earn with. You might not be as adept at it, and the industry might not be as well paying, but it will still save your skin in times of need.